In 2016, I declared, I am your voice. Today I add, I am your warrior, I am your justice. And for those who have been wronged and betrayed, I am your retribution. I am your retribution. Not going to let this happen. Not going to let it happen.
Former President Trump there, CPAC on Saturday, vowing retribution for those who have been wronged in this country. And there are a lot of people that don't think that this government is working very well for them and doesn't really work for the people at all anymore. Joining us now is Lara Trump, Trump's 2020 senior advisor. Good to see you, Lara. Thank you so much for coming on. That's a very interesting soundbite. It's getting a lot of play from that speech. Is that a big theme for this new campaign?
Well, look, I thought his speech was fantastic at CPAC. I think that's the Donald Trump that people absolutely love to see, and I think you're going to see more of that. You know, the American people felt forgotten before Donald Trump came along in 2016, and they feel forgotten yet again, Rob, because people look around and, man, things are crumbling here in America before our very eyes, yet you turn on the news and you're told things are fine, things are working great. Heck, you're told that Joe Biden is doing a great job and is in great shape. And people say, wait a minute, this is not the experience that I am having. This is not what I'm seeing. You have politicians on both sides of the aisle from the establishment doing the same old song and dance that they've always done, which is vote us in, we'll make big changes. And of course, they never do. Who actually made those changes for the American people? Of course, it was Donald Trump in 2016. For 4 years, he kept the promises he made to the American people. He made real change in this country. Right. And man, are people looking to get that back. And so, yes, I think it is retribution for people who feel like America is not working for them right now, who feel like all of the unfortunate things that we've seen happen in our country and to our country that didn't need to happen need to go back in the other direction. So perhaps retribution for all of that is a great theme.
I mean, what do you say to, I mean, when you listen to, I guess, moderate Republicans, and you can hear them on, you know, daytime news television all the time, and they seem to talk about, you know, this idea that they have to widen the base. They almost, I think they're almost indicating that they think Trump's lane is too narrow now. You know, that there's not a broad enough support system to push him through this time of the round. What's your response to that?
Well, I think I disagree with that. I mean, look, the truth is we have quite a ways to go. We obviously have to get through the primaries. I believe my father-in-law will be the nominee for the Republican side of the aisle because, look, people really understand, I think, at this point that we need to make great change and quick change in America. And I think despite the fact that Donald Trump might not be everyone's cup of tea, or perhaps they don't like his personality, people know that he actually did the things he said he would do, and America was on a great path whenever he was president. And so, you know, while they're maybe not talking to pollsters in exactly the same way, I do think whenever push comes to shove and they say we need to actually vote someone in who we know can do the job, I think they're going to go for Donald Trump. That's not just my hunch. It is what I hear from people day after day and time after time. And if you talk to people on the street versus, you know, the pollsters, right, I think you'll get that same vibe from them, too.
I don't disagree with you. You know, here was the former president talking about what I think is going to be such a hot topic, especially for Republicans. They want to get the suburbs back. I think they've got it right here, talking about parental rights in schools. Take a listen.
I will fight for parents' rights. Can you believe that here we are, and I'm saying I'm going to fight for parents' rights, including universal school choice and the direct election of school principals by the parents. We want the school principal to be appointed and elected by parents.
You know, when you look at it politically, it's almost exactly what Democrats needed to do wrong. I mean, they overperformed in the suburbs in the last election, and now they're just blowing it all up with their idiotic policies in schools and allowing this to happen. And then for some reason, their far flank is controlling all of this nonsense, and mainstream Democrats are trying to protect them by saying that parents shouldn't be engaged at school, that schools and teachers should be making these decisions.
I mean, it's so outrageous. I have to tell you, as a parent of 2 young kids myself, Rob, nothing is more frightening to me right now than to see what is happening to America's schools, whether it's the failure of our educational system to even allow basic standards to be met by so many of our kids across this country, or, of course, the woke ideology that permeates every facet of American schools these days, it seems. The parents should have the ultimate say in every child's upbringing and what they are learning in school. We are the ultimate authority. So kudos to President Trump for bringing it back to the parents. And you don't have to look very far back to see when this actually took a hold of parents and it actually made a big difference. Look back to the governor's race in Virginia not too long ago, a blue state that voted in a Republican governor based on parents wanting their rights back and the ability to say what their kids should and shouldn't be learning in school. So I think it's a very hot topic for 24.
Totally agree. Lara Trump, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thanks a lot.